Hello and welcome to another live podcast episode with me. I'm going to be your host, Randa Caraba, and we are talking today about speeding up the process of landing your empowered dream client, because I actually repositioned the way that I was doing my own marketing about a year ago to speed up this process from anywhere from 3 to 12 months, speeding it up from just a viewer or a follower on the outside to someone who's empowered, ready to actually become and act as a paying client, a dream client, and truly leading into a success story. So that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. If you're on live with me, you can comment the word ready and I will send you a yummy invite for something that I'm doing tomorrow that you won't want to miss. You can also comment the word podcast and I'll send you this entire recording straight to your inbox. So without further ado, let's get into it, okay? So how to speed up the follower to paying client process just by the way that you tweak and reposition your content strategy. Truly, it speeds it up from 3 to 12 months sooner, okay? Because there's no point in taking your time to put together a content strategy, to show up online, to put all this effort into marketing if your marketing is not positioned for empowered buyers. Meaning you're only getting, very cold leads. You're getting people who are maybe a little bit interested or just learning about you, but they're not ready to become a paying client. So how do we speed this up, okay? First off, I need you to know a year ago, whenever I made this big change, I was noticing that my DMs were lots of you're so inspiring. I wish I had your motivation. Can you teach me your motivation? I just don't know if it would work for me the way it works for you, okay? And so even though I was getting a lot of leads, a lot of views, there was a lot of engagement happening on my social media, what I was actually desiring is I wanted rockstar clients that were ready to jump and become success stories, okay? And so what I wanted were messages okay, where's the link? I'm ready to check out. I just paid. I can't wait to get started. That kind of energy. So that's a big shift from you're so inspiring, I need your motivation to I already checked out. I'm ready. We're doing this. Let's go. Okay? So before we kind of dial into exactly what I did to make this transition and to speed it up, there's one thing that I want to mention about entrepreneurship right off the bat here. It's the fact that it is never it's the fact that it is never about looking at your own self, okay? And what I mean by that, and this is something I had to really learn and grow into myself, is that it is 100% about reaching out and helping other people, okay? And so when I say that, I mean entrepreneurship is actually the action of giving to others and serving to others more. And then you're extracting some value out of that back from it, and that's how you make your money, okay? So going into entrepreneurship or your online business with how can I make more money? How can I get more clients? How can I make more sales? How can I get more leads? That's already the wrong perspective, because I'll even tell you some new ways that I've started serving my community that have flourished my business, okay? So that was the first thing. So again, how did I go from the DMs of you're so inspiring, you motivate me, I wish I had your motivation, to I checked out, I'm in, I'm doing this, let's go, I'm gonna be your next success story, okay? It was the done and desirable approach. And this is what I started implementing to all of my online marketing, all of my online email marketing, sales pages, website, literally anywhere there was copy or messaging, this is what was changed, okay? So I want to go into what does done and desirable mean. It means we're really stepping into ambition marketing, okay? And for me, I'm going to go ahead and share with you what ambition means to me. Ambition, for me, is a strong desire to achieve something that requires determination and hard work. Ambition has 3 components. Loving the work that you do, which I do, okay? Then it also has the next portion of it is loving the people on your team and the people that you serve, okay? This means you enjoy them. You enjoy the diversity of thought. You enjoy the work that you do and present to people. You enjoy the inclusion of others on your team. And you know that we think better when we work with people who think differently than us. That way it's not just one mindset, one ideology that's taking everything to the top, but it's really iron sharpening iron and different perspectives coming together for the same common goal in a team effort. Okay, so that was number 2 portion of what ambition means to me. And the third one is that it really takes, because this is where it gets really good. The last component is to really believe in the brand, believe in the leader, believe in the leadership and the company that you work for and what it stands, okay? For me, it takes a brand built with leadership, built on Christian values, built on someone who is strong enough to come out and say, I am a Christian. Not only am I a Christian, but I actually implement biblical teaching and wealth mindset from the Bible into all of my teachings with my students, with my team, with everything. I'm not a prosperity preacher by any means, but there is always truth in the word, right? So for me, it's having that as a basis with that abundance mindset, with that powerful purpose and the positive impact from such, because that's what's needed for momentum during the hard times. So you've got to love what you do. You've got to love those that you serve and the people that make up your team. You've really got to include the inclusion of hearing back from your team members, your clients, the problems in your DMs. Like, you can always find out how to improve your business just by going by what people, where they're still struggling and how you can help them more, how you can serve them more. And then lastly is having, such belief in the brand, the leadership that you're working for, the company that you're working for, and the way that the leadership is going, if that makes sense, okay? So now let's backtrack to last year. I kept thinking, and I really needed to rewire this, but I actually looked back to last November even, I was writing in my journal, and I was like, how can I make my empowerment coaches more successful? Even all last summer, I'm like, how can I make somebody else more successful? How can I make my members who come into PowHerFit stick with it longer? How can I do these things for them? When really, there's only so much that I can do for somebody else. Like, I can control my behaviors, my mindset, my actions, my belief, my show up, right? I can give all the tools and lead by example for somebody else, but I cannot walk the walk for somebody else, okay? So what I had to do was, instead of thinking, how can I get the clients that I have to be more rock stars, right? More successful. What I started doing is I started speaking boldly and magnetically to my one singular dream client that was a rock star client, that was going to come in as an empowerment coach, that was going to light things up in my company, that was going to say, hey, Randa, I already checked out. I'm in, I'm going, I'm good, I've got this, and I cannot wait to be a success story. I wanted that, okay? And when I repositioned my marketing and my brand voice online, I started warranting just this. Now, I also had to be very comfortable with letting go of vanity metrics, letting go of popularity, letting go of, there were some people that left me. There were some clients that left, some affiliates that left. There were some coaches that left. There were a lot of people maybe that didn't really understand my shift. And it wasn't that I didn't care about speaking to everybody anymore. There's a lot of good about PowHerFit that helps truly so many different women in so many different stages of life with their fitness and wellness journey, right? But in terms of my intentional personal marketing, I wanted the rock star, okay? And so I started boldly speaking exactly to my rock star. And how did I do this? Well, I'm talking about done and desirable, stepping into ambition marketing, right? So again, instead of thinking, how can I do this? Well, how can I speak to someone who already has this belief system, who was already further along in the timeline, further along in the transformation that I'm looking for to start working with them? Because yes, while I coach a lot of inner belief system, wealth mindset, abundance mentality, yes, we are going to continue sharpening on those things in any of my paid containers. But I started positioning my content exactly for the I'm done moment and for speaking to my dream clients' desires. So pain point marketing, out. I don't need to identify with someone's pains anymore, because what I noticed in the past when I did pain point marketing is it really, it got their attention, like, oh, I have this pain. But they stayed in that I'm going to keep following along and staying in my pain for an extra 3 to 12 months before they even thought they were ready, because they hadn't reached their I'm done moment yet. So I needed them to be like, I'm done feeling with my pains. Now I'm ready for a solution. Because if you're done, then you're actively searching for whatever product, service, solution, or education that whoever you trust online that shows that exact transformation or leads by example like you want, or is already showing that desire and ambition marketing and has built or put together or is living the way that you want. Then it all is just like a perfect camaraderie, right? It all just comes together. So that is exactly what my done and desirable approach is in stepping into ambition marketing. So I had to let go of vanity metrics. I had to let go of posting for popularity. I had to let go of even just showing up so much for lifestyle branding of myself and more about who I was serving in my dream client, okay? Because here's the deal. Now, the good part is I'm teaching this exact methodology to my students. And I've had multiple students just in the past 60 to 75 days who have over doubled, even tripled their profit margin just by not changing. They're not spending any more money on marketing. They're not spending any more time working more. They have just reworded how they're wording their things for the I'm done moment, desire marketing, speaking to the cast of their visions and what they want versus focusing on their pains. And this speeds up the process from someone that's just like a bystander watching for so long. Because there are people that watch me for years and years and years before they decide to jump into one of my paid options, right? And that's fine. That is totally fine. But I wanted to start speaking to the magnetic rock stars right away. That's who I wanted. So why am I not speaking directly to that person? And when I say singular person, that didn't mean I'm only actually speaking to one person, so like no one else can identify with me. No, it actually got more electric because the more umbrella terms, like if I'm speaking to everybody and keeping everything umbrella, like I help women, I help busy moms. That's so like umbrella term that then no one feels like, oh my gosh, she's speaking straight to me. To where how many of my posts that I put out have you come in and gone, wow, like she spoke straight to me. And that's because you're my dream client. Like I know exactly what your life looks like now. I know what your life is going to look like on the other side of working with me. So tomorrow's live class is the done and desirable method, right? With stepping into ambition marketing. So we can kick pain point marketing to the curb, okay? Because again, pain point marketing, it's old, it's dense, it's yuck. It's not expansive. It's not like doesn't light me up. It's not like, oh my gosh, I see exactly where I want to go. Now I have an exact vision casted for me from somebody else that I'm following. No, it's like, okay, like I'm still scared to eat this, or I'm scared to do this, or it's not bad. It's still what a lot of people do. And there's a better way. There's so much better way. Because let me tell you, someone who wants their life to look completely differently can identify with the life that they yearn for just as much, if not even more, than what they're currently experiencing. So you don't have to do pain point marketing to get their attention. Ambition marketing is so much more ambitious and expansive. And again, it takes people with pain point marketing 3 to 12 months to even think about becoming an empowered buyer. To where when I am teaching my students to position and share about their own I'm done moment, to put their content and all their verbiage and messaging out with the I'm done moment, then they're getting their dream client who's already done. So now they're actively looking for whatever solution they need. So they're looking to be a buyer, right? They're already so many further steps ahead from those who got targeted with pain point marketing, right? And that's what we want. That's what the whole purpose of this podcast is, to show you how to speed up the process from follower to paying dream client by 3 to 12 months. And that's just by switching from pain point marketing to ambition marketing. And again, why? Because this person, if you're doing pain point marketing, is not actively searching for solutions. That means that she hasn't had her own I'm done moment. She's not ready to get out of her pains, and she's not ready to become a paying client. And even if you do force the sale, which I'm never salesy, I don't have to be salesy, because I'm not desperate for a sale from a disempowered buyer. Like I want a rock star buyer. And I'll wait until that rock star buyer is ready. And all my content is positioned for exactly when they're ready. She comes on into my funnel, my world, and then it's like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. I trust Randa here. I'm going to be her rock star here. And then that's creating all my success stories. And guess what? My success stories are fueling my business to keep it going, growing and thriving, and more people coming in because they're seeing more people who have success. That's how PowHerful has had over 25,000 success stories. It's how I've now created hundreds of success stories within Digital Profit Queens. All right, I am so excited for you to really start to understand this whole shift and how it's changed my life. Like life got easier. Not only worked, life got easier. Like I love social media marketing again. It's fun. I have energy and abundance for it, okay? And remember, we want dream clients that are indeed actively already searching for whatever solution you have, okay? That's what we're looking for. And we want to position our stuff for where when they find us, boom, it's like magnetic perfect client attraction, right? Because they are ready for a change and they are ready to find the exact solution to get them exactly what they're desiring, okay? So I cannot wait to break every single thing down for you in a way that you can plug and play my proven method that has helped me reach empowered buyers with the done and desirable method, stepping into ambition marketing. This is going to get you paying clients so much sooner than the delay that pain point marketing causes, 3 to 12 months before they're even deciding that they actually are ready to become an empowered buyer. I can like speed that process up by just the way that I am teaching my marketing and doing all of my verbiage online. And my live class tomorrow, y'all, it's going to be lit. It's inside of Digital Profit Queens. I already have over 40 ladies coming to this live class. It's going to be lit. If you're watching live with me, comment the word ready below or get the information below. Even if you're watching this after the live class, Digital Profit Queens is where I host all of my previous classes. You get all of my classes, literally everything I teach in one spot with a thriving community of other Rockstar students who are learning along the way, encouraging you, helping you. They're growing and thriving and figuring out and growing through their own like growing pains too. So it's all happening inside of Digital Profit Queens, where you get access again to all my previous classes that are Real Queen, Digital Product Discovery, Magnetic Messaging, Wealth Identity and Energetics, and more. There is so much yummy goodness to add to your online business with just simple shifts in your marketing. And I break it all down for you in my classes, okay? So get ready for more sales and leads of empowered buyers that are ready to become your rockstar students and your next success stories that keep fueling your business. And like, I don't know if you're like me, but like, I love to serve those kinds of people. Like, I don't just want like entry-level revolving door clients where I get their money but never hear from them, and then it's just quiet and crickets. Like, no, I want the rock stars coming in that are like, I'm getting my money's worth times 10 out of what you've put together for me, and I'm going to do all the things, Randa. Like, I get so lit up to serve those people, and it's just good energy all the way around, okay? So, repeat after me. Pain point marketing is out. The done and desirable method with ambitious marketing is totally in. It's totally the way, okay? So, and you're going to say, Randa's going to teach me. I am tomorrow in class. I will see you there. And don't forget to scroll below so that you'll be able to see all the wins from different students. I have them all in my highlights on Digital Profit Queens on my Instagram profile. Like literally last week alone, we had, oh my gosh, I had like 30, 40, 50 wins last week alone with my community. It was unreal. So if you're just now tuning in, or if you're like, okay, I love everything you're talking about, Randa, where do I go next? Easily, you just go into Digital Profit Queens. This is where we're going to do wealth mindset and strategy for your social sales and your abundance in terms of your online business daily. So this is social sales and online wealth mindset together. This is what I teach together. So it's where I host all my classes. It's where my community is. It's the best bang for your dollar, hands down, because I can give you all the business strategy in the world, but if you don't have the inner belief system, the wealth mindset, and the abundance identity, like, you won't show up to actually do it. So that is where I have to teach both of them. And it's actually 75% of the energetics and 25% of the strategy, okay? So I want to go ahead and close this out today with a prayer of God's abundance mindset and showing you, even biblically, this is like a little sneak peek into what I do in Digital Profit Queens. Like right now, I've been doing daily audio lessons every morning between mid-morning and lunchtime delivered to my students. And it's all, like, it's a big step for me stepping out in terms of starting to speak biblically, because I grew up a Catholic and didn't really step into non-denominational and getting so much more in tune with the Bible until in my adult life. So that's been like a new way for me to pray, a new way for me to like read the word, and then obviously like sharing it can be such a big thing because people perceive things differently. You can take the black and white text and somebody can take it one way, someone can take it another way. But anyways, I want to share with you about God's abundance mindset, okay? Because any growth in mindset of abundance only comes from seeing God's gracious abundance to us in the gift of his son. Like there is no greater abundant gift that has ever been given to any of us ever than the gift that God gave us in the life of his son, right? So he who did not spare his son but gave him up for us all, how will we not also, along with him, graciously give us, how will he not also give us all things? Like truly, and that's Romans 8:32. He's promised to be with his people, sent his spirit to live in our hearts, made us heirs of the new creation, and brought us in an inheritance that is imperishable, undefiled, and unfolding, kept in heaven for us, who by God's power are being guarded through faith for a salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. It's so amazing. Finally, in 1 Timothy 6:17-18, this offers divine instructions for the wealthy among us, okay? This passage reads, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment." So the real root of it is finding that the wealth that we desire is already given to us.